Making everyone happy on vacation isn't easy, but you know what is? Going to Aruba. All you have to do is walk out your door to find pristine pools, relaxing white sand beaches, and an island teeming with outdoor activities that'll put a smile on any face. You won't just feel great, you'll all feel great, filled with a calmer, more peaceful vibe that radiates Aruba's warmth. And the best part is, it never fades. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your family trip at Aruba.com.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This is Optimal Living Daily, 10 Feel-Good Thoughts for a Bad Day by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. And I'm Justin Malik. I'm going to jump right into today's post as we optimize your life. 10 Feel-Good Thoughts for a Bad Day by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. Sometimes I catch myself staring at the people around me, studying their mannerisms and expressions. I wonder, what's their story? What are they searching for? What makes their heart beat with happiness, with sorrow, with fear, with longing? And then I ask myself, what words might I post on this blog to inspire them and to remind them that even on the toughest of days, our hearts all beat for these same things? Today, I figured I'd share some of these words with you. Number 1, we are all in this together. Nobody has it easy. We all have issues. When you look at a person, any person, remember that everyone has a story. Everyone has gone through something that has changed them and forced them to grow. Every passing face on the street represents a story every bit as compelling and complicated as yours. You'll never know exactly what they're going through, and they'll never know exactly what you are going through. We are all fighting our own unique war, but we're fighting through it simultaneously together. Read The Road Less Traveled. Number 2, you aren't supposed to be perfect. Live life. Experience everything. Take care of yourself and those closest to you. Have fun. Be a little crazy and weird. Go out and make mistakes. You're going to anyway. Enjoy yourself and exploit the countless opportunities to learn something along the way. Figure out what works and what doesn't. Don't try to be perfect. Just be an excellent example of being human and being you. Number 3, there are reasons to smile all around you. A teenage girl blushed when I caught her playfully tickling her boyfriend as he looked for a book in the library. I smiled. A middle-aged man got down on his knees and lovingly scratched his dog behind the ears as they waited across the street. I smiled. A little girl skipped in bright white shoes that were obviously new, happily kicking her feet far out in front of her to admire them. I smiled. On days when you don't have much in your life to smile about, watch those who do, and you'll smile too. Number 4, tough times help us grow. We work hard to disown the parts of our lives that were painful, difficult, or sad. But just as we can't rip chapters out of a book and expect the story to still make sense, so we cannot rip past chapters out of our lives and expect our lives to still make sense. Keep every chapter of your life intact and keep on turning the pages. Sooner or later, you'll get to a page that brings it all together, and you'll suddenly understand why every page and chapter before it was needed. Number 5, repetition is not failure. In those frustrating moments when you find yourself standing face to face with an issue you battled before, one bearing a lesson you were sure you'd already learned, remember, repetition is not failure. Ask the waves, ask the leaves, ask the wind. Repetition is sometimes required to evolve and grow. Number 6, no matter what, you have a purpose. Having a bad day? It's okay. Put your hand on your heart. Feel that? That's called purpose. You're alive for a reason. Don't give up. You may lose the people you love, you may lose the things you have, but no matter what happens, never lose yourself. Read A New Earth. Number 7, being true to yourself is always the best option. Being true to yourself is way better than being a liar just to impress everyone else. Don't change so people will like you. You may not live up to everyone's standards, but there are people out there who will love you just the way you are. And besides, people will judge you regardless, so you might as well be yourself when they do. Number 8, you don't always have to be happy and cheerful. Sometimes you have to deal with issues and show others your uncomfortable side. It's perfectly okay. It's a natural part of being human. And the good news is that these tough moments will often show you who will accept you at your worst and who won't. Number 9, right now is a fresh start. Talk about your blessings more than you talk about your problems. It's a bright new day, a new beginning. Your future is too bright to waste it fighting needless battles with old issues from the past. Read The Power of Now. And number 10, it's okay to let some things go. You need to understand that none of us are playing with marked cards. Sometimes we win, and sometimes we lose. Life always finds its balance. Don't expect to get back everything you give. Don't expect recognition for all your efforts. And don't expect your genius to be instantly discovered or your love to be understood by everyone. As you live and experience things, you must recognize what works and what doesn't, what belongs and what doesn't, and then let things go when you know you should. Not out of pride, inability, or arrogance, but simply because not everything is supposed to fit into your life. Close the door, change the record, clean the house, get rid of the dust. Stop being who you were so you can become who you are. You just listened to the post titled 10 Feel-Good Thoughts for a Bad Day by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Thank you to Marc. I'm sure anyone could use one of these reminders, if not all of them, at some point. Thinking about all of us being in this together, I work on this podcast every single day, but when I'm recording, I'm all alone. So as personal as it is, it's also very isolated and impersonal in a way. It's easy to forget that you listening have your own story, your own struggles. We're all fighting our own battles, but we're all sort of doing it side by side, even if we can't see it. So I thought that was a nice reminder. And smiling has come up on this show before, and I do think it's not talked about enough. Personally, I see it even more because my Tai Chi instructor forces us to smile pretty much through the entire class, which might sound tough or exhausting, but it's actually the opposite. It's hard to worry about things when we're smiling in the moment like that. It's another good, simple reminder. And while these are simple, they are easy to forget. And that's what I hope this podcast can do, is serve as a daily reminder when we're in our usual grind. So hopefully it's been working for you. It has been for me. And with that, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Friday show, where your optimal life awaits.